Yes.
Yeah, please.
Main difference is in database. Actually, I think ABAP, core ABAP is using.
What do you think? There will not be any database. Okay, so if I am opening a normal SAP GUI, let's say I'm opening here a graphical user interface, I'm creating a ABAP program from AC38. So is there no database behind the scene?
No, database will be there, but here we are
Okay,
using HANA as a database.
definitely here I'm using HANA database, but I'm on the graphical user interface or not. There you see behind the scene, I have a HANA DB.
Yes, SDV, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so the difference here is in programming paradigm. Understand the situation. What we call here as core ABAP programming and what we call as ABAP on HANA programming. ABAP on HANA. First differentiation here. What do we do here? If let's say I have a requirement is to develop a application
Okay.
for sales order, or I will say develop a ALV based application for sales order. This is my requirement. Okay.
Okay.
So what will I do? I will create a report, correct?
Yeah, correct.
I'll create a report. I'll create selection screens. I'll call the selection screen with the desired inputs and
Mm.
filter condition via the select option. If I need some radio buttons, I will do that. Check boxes, correct?
Yeah, correct.
This is the way. So I will be having these inputs. Now, once I will have these inputs, what I'm going to do within the start of selection, I will write the query.
Yeah.
Like generally we write like this way: select star from the table, database table into internal table, correct? I tab,
Yeah.
and then we loop over it, loop at
Yeah.
I tab into the work area. So here behind the scene, this database can be HANA also, right?
Okay.
This can be HANA
Yes.
also, yes or no? Yes, it
Yeah,
can be
yeah.
HANA. I'm not talking about difference between ECC
Mm.
and S4 HANA system. I'm talking about the programming paradigm between a Eclipse based development and GUI based development. Getting
Okay.
my point?
Yes,
So
yes.
here I'm looping over the internal table and work area. Then we, if any CRUD is there, so we make the changes accordingly,
Yes.
correct?
Yeah.
Changes accordingly. And then we display the ALV report, display ALV. If required, we make it editable by giving some buttons. Give
Mm.
buttons there. Yeah, we give the buttons. And finally, based on the user interaction, commit the changes back to the DB database table. This is the general process or not? A end-to-end
Yes.
GUI-based ALV application. Now, the
Mm.
question here is, see this problem thing here, all these steps, what is going on? Tell me, if I focus on all these 7 steps, what is the use of our database here? What is the use of our
Only,
database here?
only in last step, like whenever we are committing it.
Only for storing the data?
Yeah.
Yes. So in this programming paradigm, our database is being used very less, and that is very less, and I should say mostly for storing the data only, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this way of programming is called as data to code paradigm, data to code programming paradigm, where what we do, bring the data from the database. Yes, we store it into the internal table on the application layer. That's why I'm saying data to code. We are sending something from the DB to code, DB to the application layer where my program is there. Yes, correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
in this
Correct.
case, one thing you can see in this case, there is very less amount of load on DB, correct?
Yeah.
And almost, I should say, 95% of the operations
And on application.
Yes, are on the application layer. So can I say more amount of operations, more amount is equivalent to more amount of load? Yes, correct or
Yeah.
not? More
Yes.
amount of load is equivalent to less performance of the application because my
Mm.
application is running, correct? All the
Yes.
logic
Yes.
is there on the application level. So
Yes.
this always leads to the less performance of the application. Now with ABAP on HANA coming into picture, this was introduced here. A S4 HANA solution came into picture, which we will be discussing mainly in the training part. But understand the situation behind the scene. My HANA database is there. HANA is
Okay.
considered one of the most powerful database. Reason it will take some time to explain. Right now, just understand here a very powerful database. Getting my point?
Mm. Yeah.
A very powerful database we have. So if I have something very powerful, what will be my focus to utilize its maximum efficiency? Correct?
Yeah.
If I have a software which is very powerful in nature, I will simply think that how I can snatch its all the capacity so that I can make more and more profit, right? So with
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
coming into picture, our programming paradigm shifted, and we call it code to data paradigm now, where we started to think how we can capitalize or utilize the maximum, I should say, maximum capacity of HANA DB. So here, since HANA was a very powerful database, it doesn't matter how much load I increase, it is not going to impact its performance. Ultimately, will it decrease our load on the application layer. So I can expect a very high performance on the application side. Yeah. Also,
Okay.
since data is there, also there on the DB layer, if we are executing, is you understand the situation. If I'm writing this select star, sometime maybe in millisecond, nanosecond, or whatever it is taking to fetch all those millions of data to the application layer. It is taking time or
Application.
not, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It
if
is
I'm
taking time.
executing something on the DB layer, definitely that time can be reduced, right?
Yeah.
So since data is also there on the database layer, and if we are executing something on the DB layer itself,
So it will be always on DB layer.
this is our goal. So for that, we use the ABAP on HANA concept.
Okay.
And so if you will be using the ABAP on HANA concept, definitely all the calculation will go on the database level.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. You can't expect to use function module to create a LV and utilize
Mm.
a code to data paradigm. So
Okay.
if we are executing something on the DB layer itself, the time consuming will also be less. And if it is less, we can expect some
High
high
performance.
performance. That's what
Mm.
user is expecting, right?
Yes.
That's what user is expecting. So here, now what are the capacity of database we want to utilize? But since this is a very powerful database, what are the capacity I want to utilize at there so that I can execute all those things from the DB side? So generally, any database is there. It doesn't matter what database. It has two major capacities. One is SQL capabilities, like its
Okay.
database DDL, database definition language, using which we create the tables on the
Mm.
database itself. Other than ECC system, if you would have ever worked on any databases like in your college projects and all, you would have
Mm.
seen it that generally we create tables like going for the create operation, insert operation, delete operation. We do all
Yeah.
those things, right? So
Yeah.
similarly, for any database, like in our case, we have the HANA DB, so I can write it here, HANA database. So first capacity, we call it as SQL capabilities. Yes, first capability, we call it as SQL capabilities. So here DDL capability we can utilize like creation of tables. Yes. DQL capability is there, data query language.
Query.
Yes, data query language is there. So this data query language, you can write SQL queries to fetch the data. Yes,
Oh, we
right.
can write here in SQL queries.
DEL is there. DEL, data expression language.
Expression language.
Data expression language is there to write down the expressions. Write down the expressions. Yes, correct or not?
Yeah, yeah.
So case expressions we can give, conditional expressions. Yeah. Second major capabilities of any database that is there is procedural capabilities. Now, what is this procedural capabilities? So, understand the situation. There are certain limitations with the SQL. I cannot perform if condition, correct?
Yeah.
I cannot go multiple line statement with multiple line statements, correct?
Hmm.
Looping I cannot do
Yeah.
on a SQL under the SQL things on the database. I cannot go for exception handling,
Yeah.
correct?
Yes.
So here every database has its own programming language, and using it we can utilize the procedural capabilities so that we can all perform all these steps. Procedural
So
capabilities.
are these all steps are allowed in CDS? Like,
No, let me
no.
explain that. Let me explain.
Okay.
I'm just coming to the point. So there, every database has its own programming language. Oracle has its own programming language, which we call as PL SQL. Generally, it is called as PL SQL.
Yes.
Similarly, HANA database also have its own programming language, which is known as SQL script. Yes.
Okay.
First thing here is SQL capabilities, using which we want to utilize SQL. Here it is, we have the SQL script. So these two are major capabilities that if we are utilizing ABAP developer, if we are utilizing them, which is majorly we call as ABAP on HANA, so that the consumption will be taken as a shift of code to data paradigm, and all the program and all the logic is going to be executed right from the database layer itself. So this SQL, that's what we call here. If we are consuming from ABAP side, that is ABAP application layer, ABAP application server, that's what we call as core data services. In short form, we call it CDS. Yes. And this with what, if we are utilizing the procedural capabilities from the ABAP side, this is what we call it AMDP. ABAP managed database procedures. Is that clear?
Yes, yes, yeah, it's clear.
Okay. So you can't remember anything. It's not about remembering, it's all about understanding.
Hmm.
Getting my point? So understand here. Now, how do we create a table on GUI? Let's understand it. Normally, if
SC11.
we go to SC11, we create domains and data elements. Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
we create domains and data element by using the selective radio button domain and data types, and then we go with the database table to create it.
yeah,
But if I can see here the new way, if I utilize the DDL flavor of the SQL, I can create table also, correct? And
yeah.
for the SQL capabilities, I understand that if I am consuming SQL capabilities from the website, this is what core data and services. So definitely I can utilize this DDL flavor to create tables, correct or not?
Yes.
Yes. So let's see our new way of creating a table, how it is going to be created behind the scene here. So I'll just open the Eclipse tool for us and let me show you directly. So first of all, let's say I have to create a table. Generally, I'm taking a requirement. My requirement says there is a requirement. Requirement is create a employee table. Very simple. Generally, main column we always has is employee ID. Okay. So I'm taking a numeric character 3 and I'm giving here a employee name. Employee name as, let's say I'm giving character 30, and there I'm giving a third column as manager with character 40. Okay. 3 columns. So what we will be doing here, if I have to create a table, I need to create a domain first. Correct? I need to create a domain first. So I will right click on the package here. I'll go with the new other ABAP repository and search for domain. Can you see this?
Yeah.
There we have got domain. Give the name of your domain. I'm giving here EMP ID 2. And here let's say I'm giving EMP ID as description. Go with the next. Pass down your transport request. So I'll give my request here. And there you see, this is the new way of creation. This is the Eclipse way of development, Eclipse based development. If you click on the browse, you can select all those types that are available here on our GUI. Check it, anything. I'm taking you directly there to domain section, domain, and check these types. Same thing.
So these data types are also different here,
How
or
data
like we
types are
only?
different? They are the ABAP based data types. How it is different? Can you see something different here?
No,
Yes, everything is there, right?
everything is there.
So
Yeah.
for my case, I need numeric character. I will take it and I'll give here 3 length and I'm going to simply activate it. Yes. Now based on this, I can create my data element, correct? So I'll copy. I'm going with the package option and let me just create other ABAP repository data element. So data element, Z data element, my employee ID 2, and here I'm giving the description, next, request, yes, and I can paste domain here, yes. I will be giving here my description, so employee ID, 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 and just activate it. There got my domain. I'll copy it down. Sorry, data element is ready.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
So now let's go and create our table. New other ABAP repository. I'll search for my database table. Yes, I've got here. I'll click on it. Z table employee. And here I'm giving employee table. Next. Employee table. And now you see here, this is the CDS flavor of creating a table. Annotations are being used. Yes, annotations are being used. Let me just explain it. I'll come back here. This is my table. What do we pass here? We pass delivery class as the application table, correct?
Yeah.
There you see delivery class. Check here, remove this A, control space, and see all these things. Application table, customizing table, customer table, correct?
Yeah.
Yes. Your data maintenance, whether you want to allow the maintenance of data in this table or not. You see all these options. I'll allow. This is the description here, enhancement category, type of the table, right? By default, it is expecting the very first field as client here. So whenever whenever you create a table, you see this, you mark the key and you force them for not null as they are primary keys.
Yeah.
Same thing, key and not null. You see.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
So here by default it is using ABAP dot. ABAP dot means if you are using the built-in type here, since it is using the built-in type. But if you don't want, you can simply give the standard data element as MADT also. My is key employee ID. So I'll give here EMP ID and I'll paste the data element, not null. Yes, correct. Then was my employee name. So EMP name. and I'll directly give the standard data standard here type ABAP dot, and built-in type I'm giving here character, and let's say I'm giving the length here as 30.
So whenever it is a standard data type, I have to use ABAP
This is
dot.
built-in type. Yes, yes, this is
Okay.
built-in type. Like you there, you give the built-in type here.
Okay.
Yes, there I'm giving the manager name. So manager ABAP dot character 40. That was my requirement or not? Creation
Yeah.
of my table, right? So now
Yes.
I can click on activate button. Yes, and my table got created. Check the same table from your SAP GUI, how it is looking like. I'll come out, I'll get back here, paste down the table, display. See, built-in types,
Built-in type. Built-in things there. Yeah.
correct? See the
Yes.
domain, yes.
Mm,
Check down
yeah.
the field labels that you have given, correct?
Yeah.
So there my table is ready. Now if I want to fill the data, what I will do, I'll go and create a program here. Understand the situation. GUI is there so you can play with the screens. You can
Yeah.
create table maintenance generator. But for the ABAP on HANA development, there we are working as a kind of backend development. So here we do not mostly play with the screens. By default, Fiori is going to be there as the UI.
Okay.
So we develop the APIs here using the OData services. Getting my
Okay.
point? So
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
the development and all the coding is via either the programming part or the classes, or by this way. We will not have any screen here. No screen will be there. So I'm supposed to create, let's say I'm just creating here let's create just a class or directly, or better I'll go and create here a program here, ABAP program. I'll just create a program here to fill the data. Program fill MP data.
So if I want to fill the data in this table, so always I
Yes,
have to go through a program. There is
yes.
no
What
other way, like in
I said the default UI of the here backend development is Fiori application. Generally, we
mm,
are moving towards the cloud, so RESTful application programming concepts are there in the ABAP on cloud. So behind the scene, that generates automatically the Fiori UI. If you are talking about these things that we are
mm,
here, so this is a table, correct?
yeah.
This is a table. Now on top of it, you can create your APIs using the OData services, and those APIs will be consumed into the Fiori UIs. Yes.
Okay.
So though they are going to interact behind backend here, and they will be filling data here.
Okay. Okay.
Here user are directly interacts with the from the SM30 to fill the things, correct? Or user
Mm-hmm.
directly interact from the selection screen, because all this application are GUI based. Every development goes on the GUI, but here the way of development have been shifted completely.
Okay. Okay.
So if I
So
want
there's no
to
table data maintenance in
no, no TMG is
CDS.
no. How I will be having any TMG? Check here using this CDS language. If I right click, I will not have any TMG option. You can check it down here.
Mm,
Yes, I don't have
yeah.
anyway. So I will just follow my developer's way. I'll go with the program, and I'm just using here. I'll declare an internal table LT employee, and here I'll go with the type table of Z tab employee one. Yes, employee one. And just I'm using new syntax to fill the data here. Let's say employee is equal to value operation. Yes. So my first column, employee ID, I'm giving 101. Here, Visek. And my manager, I'm giving here as Rahul. So this is my first row. Similarly, I'll fill down here multiple records. 3, 4, 5. I'll give here 2. and Naveen, let it be Rahul. Manish and Nikhil. And there I'm giving, suppose there's 105. And I'll complete this statement.
So this
Okay.
value operation is nothing but a loop? Or like what?
1 second. LT employee is unknown. All right, let me check. Oh, sorry. I can't explain it here. Better I will say that it is a kind of way to fill the data in the internal table, multiple records at a time.
Okay.
Yes, this is a new syntax, new way of syntax. Earlier, how you used to do, you will either go with the work area and
Yeah.
append it in the internal table,
Internet
right?
table, yeah.
Yes, but now I can directly play with this also. You can fill them using the value operation. And now, so insert my table employee 1 from table @ LT employee. Yes, and I can check now if size sub RC is equal to 0. What does it means? I have my data there, correct or
Yeah.
not? So I
Yes.
can now check table employee 1 and store it into table @ data LT result. Yes, and there you have CL demo output. I can check the data output class and display. Yes, so I'll open the data section of it and just I'll give the values. So now click on activate and press F8. You see, is
Yeah.
it automatically filling the client or not? Yes,
Yeah.
client is being filled. So I can now go back and check this table also. I can press F8 here. You see, my data is being filled here. Correct.
Okay. Yeah.
Check down the table from here also. And that's what it is also being filled here. Is it or not?
Yeah.
So clear?
Yes, yes, yeah. It's clear.
I think you are okay with the demo now. So if any query is there, you can ask.
Yeah. Can you go to this SAP screen?
GUI.
Yeah, not in GUI, in Eclipse.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to see this CDS one, CDS program. So how I will use this CDS in, for example, here I want to create a ALV. How can I use this CDS?
This is a table. This is not CDS.
Oh, it's a
This is a
table. It's
table.
not CDS.
Understand the situation. CDS is a language here. Okay.
Oh, it's just a language, not
So
something.
CDS is a language. So using the language, using it's one of the flavor of the language, which is DDL capabilities. I'm creating a table.